Hello everyone and welcome back. Now, I know it's been a very long time since we've had an episode of Road to VGC World 2017 in my channel in English, but now is as good a time as any, I believe, to get back into things, I would say. So yeah, we are using an Eevee team using its C move, its special C move, which is Extreme Evoboost, which gives it a +2 boost in every single stat. And then you're able to Baton Pass that to a Tapu Bulu or a Tapu Fini in order to sweep your opponent's team. So that's the main strategy. You will see it in action right away. Now the question here is, I'm always gonna lead with Eevee, but do I pair it with Smeargle or do I pair it with Clefairy? The Torkoal is kind of scary here because of the sun and the fact that it hits Tapu Bulu for super effective and has a really strong eruption going for it. So I'm kind of tempted to lead Smeargle for the white card because my opponent could lead Aerodactyl Torkoal effectively and do our Rock Slide, plus Eruption combination. So I'm gonna go with Eevee and Smeargle for the white card protection. If he doesn't have that, I will still be able to use Follow Me. No Dark Void, of course. But yeah, hopefully this works out for us. Hopefully we're able to execute our strategy. Now, this strategy is very, how do you say it? Wow, Porygon 2 and Tapu Koko. So none of what I was actually expecting, I guess. But that's okay. Maybe he led Tapu Koko for the Electric Surge so that we wouldn't be able to spore things. But I'm actually pretty okay with this. I'm just gonna go directly for my Extreme Evoboost with Eevee, and I'm going to use Follow Me in order to redirect probably Tapu Koko's attack. We're probably gonna see a Thunderbolt of some sort, and we might see a Trick Room from Porygon 2, but I'm not too scared for that. Wow, Tapu Koko actually protects. So we are good to go here, guys. We are very good to go. Wow, he double protects, expecting a fake out from Smeargle, I'm guessing. I don't know if he knows exactly what Eevee C move. Now Eevee should be the fastest Pokemon of the team because my opponent certainly doesn't have a Choice Scarf on Tapu Koko, or if he does, sure, he will be faster, but he's not gonna have like he's talking Protect, which wouldn't make sense to use in a Choice Scarf Tapu Koko. So I'm gonna Baton Pass my Eevee away, and I can't Spore, I can't Baneful Bunker, so I might as well Follow Me to potentially make Smeargle go down so that my Tapu Bulu can come in and start using Psych up, but mainly to protect my Tapu Fini. So there's the Baton Pass. We are putting in Tapu Fini right about now. There we go, and yeah. So guys, I do want to come back to doing English Road to VGC Worlds videos, but I've got to be honest in two things. Wow, we do see a Volt Switch. I'm not practicing VGC as much now because of the fact that I am concentrating on the TCG now, and there's also the fact that honestly there's so much good content in English for VGC, such as Cybertron, such as Alex Oglosa, such as Ray Rizzo, the 3-time world champion, such as Wolfie, the current world champion, that honestly you guys are better off watching them than watching me play. But I feel like my channel is now gearing more towards using fun stuff like Eevee and things like that, so hopefully you guys will enjoy the videos, even though I'm definitely not the best player in VGC. Okay, so Torkoal does come in, and Trick Room was set up, so I'm still gonna Scald into the Torkoal, And I'm still gonna follow me because Torkoal will be slower than Porygon 2, which means we're either gonna be hit with an eruption or we might see a solar beam. But no, we do see an eruption. Okay. So White Guard might have been better, but Tapu Fini does have a +2 special defense right now, so it's no big deal. Smeargle does go down, and Porygon 2 does use Thunderbolt, but as I mentioned, we do have a +2 special defense at the moment. And now my opponent's eruption is definitely a lot weaker. And even a solar beam wouldn't be too bad, honestly. See, the thing is, I want to bring in Tapu Bulu, but the heat wave is actually very scary here. So I'm gonna bring in Eevee for now. To burn out some Trick Room turns, I'm gonna double protect right about now. Yeah, I'm gonna double protect. I will also get a little bit more of leftovers recovery for my Tapu Fini. My opponent does switch out Porygon 2 though. For Tapu Koko. Okay, that's an interesting choice. Tapu Koko will be faster. I mean, will be slower, therefore faster under Trick Room. There's a double protect, and we do see a solar beam. Okay, which would have gone onto Tapu Fini. Okay, so we're gonna get another double up of Tapu Fini here, against Tapu Fini rather, with a solar beam and a thunderbolt most likely. Huh. But what do I do here? I think getting rid of Torkoal is better. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna use Helping Hand just in case my opponent does decide to switch out Torkoal or something like that. There's a Helping Hand. Tapu Koko protects. That is absolutely perfect. Maybe he forgot about the +2 speed boost. There's a solar beam, but unless my opponent gets a crit, which is a very low chance of course, Tapu Fini should be good here. Yeah, I mean that's a very decent amount, but not enough to take us down. And the Scald does take down Torkoal. So there should be one turn of Trick Room left, I believe. And Porygon 2 is not gonna deal too much damage. Araquanid, I don't think it's gonna deal too much damage either. And it's a shiny one. There's one turn of Trick Room left. So we know my opponent's full team. I'm going to protect with Tapu Fini to burn this turn of Trick Room. And since Araquanid is not that big of an issue, I'm actually gonna protect Eevee, and then I'm gonna use the Helping Hand Scald onto the Tapu. But he switches out. Okay. Should have switched out into Tapu Bulu. But that's fine. It's actually not bad. Download now raises Porygon 2 special attack, which is not good news. So, yeah. I've been trying to set up another Trick Room, I'm guessing. Or maybe just trying to go on the offensive. Oh boy! We see a Hydro Vortex, most likely. Wow. Yeah, we do see a Hydro Vortex, so going into the Eevee slot. That's interesting. I mean, the sun is still up, so Hydro Vortex's damage was diminished. Was definitely diminished. The Twisted Dimensions do return to normal. So, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna Moonblast into the Porygon 2, and yeah, what I should have done the previous turn is bring out Tapu Bulu. But that's okay. That is actually okay. The extra healing from the grassy terrain should help my Tapu Fini recover this turn. We probably will... Wow, that was a critical hit, but we get the special attack drop. Okay, so my opponent just not gonna go for the... That's a crit. Ugh. Why? Why does this happen to me? Why does this happen to me? Damn it. That was so unfortunate, guys. That was so stupidly unfortunate. Okay. I mean, we still have a shot here, but that was so unfair. That was actually so unfair. That was so unfair. I mean, I know critical hits are part of the game, but... Okay, Porygon 2 protects. Will a +1 Rock Slide, which does connect with Araquanid, KO it? No. Can I flinch? Nope. He gets a Leech Life off. Okay, which doesn't deal too much damage, which is good news. My opponent will get healing on that Porygon 2 though. So I need to flinch that thing. I need to flinch that guy. Or I can go for the Helping Hand. Would it be enough? I don't know. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go for the Helping Hand Horn Leech here. Because that will recover quite a bit of damage for me. Leech Life we saw isn't doing too much damage. And Araquanid goes for the white card. That's great. So that's a good read from my part. Not intentional, that's for sure. But hopefully this is enough. Yes, it's enough. Perfect. That was a crit. Okay. I don't think it mattered because I also have the item that boosts grass type moves, and there's grassy terrain as well. Well, never mind. Grassy terrain doesn't boost, or does it? Boost grass type moves? I'm not sure. But with the +1 from the Helping Hand and the item, I believe it should have been enough. I'm not entirely sure though. But wow, this is very intense now. This is very, very intense. Okay, there's Tapu Koko. Now, from one of my previous games, I did see that a +1 Horn Leech was enough to KO a Tapu Koko. So will it be enough this time around? We are about to find out. We are definitely about to find out here. Man, this is intense. I know this isn't like high ladder or anything, and honestly, in the highest of ladders, the Eevee team will probably never work because players are just like in a best of 3 setting. It probably would never get you far in a tournament. My opponent goes for Volt Switch, which I do resist, so that's really weird. Horn Leech, let's see with the Helping Hand. Is it enough? It is enough. So we're gonna go back to full HP, which is amazing. There's the KO on Tapu, and yeah, now we should be able to easily deal with our Araquanid here, because yeah, Leech Life's not doing any damage, honestly. It's not dealing any damage. We could go for Rock Slide, which is super effective, but Horn Leech will do almost as much damage, and it can't miss, and it's boosted, and it's neutral because Araquanid is Water type and Bug type, which Bug, I think, does resist Grass, but Water is weak to Grass, so that's more than enough to get Araquanid, and yeah, in the end, we don't even get to use our Extreme Evoboost too much because of that critical hit, but Eevee ends up being such a nice teammate for Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Bulu is able to clean up the mess that that Porygon 2 left us with. So yeah, that's the strategy, guys. That's the idea behind this team, to sweep with extreme Evoboost. If you can't, well, you do have a sort of a backup plan with Tapu Bulu. I mean, Tapu Bulu is really good on its own, even without the boosts. And yeah, let's try to find another battle and see if we can actually execute our strategy a bit better, rather. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. Oh boy, yeah. I wish I had more time, guys. I genuinely wish I had more time. I wish I had time to be competitive in both things. But with real life responsibilities, like my full-time job, like going to the gym, being healthy, seeing family, seeing friends, it's really hard. It's really hard to balance. And I mean, I'm gonna try to make English videos when I feel like I have something original to bring to the table. Because, for example, things like this team, I don't think any of the top players have used a team like this one, so it's nice to showcase it. And I'm sure you guys were looking to see how it plays out and things like that, the strategy behind the games. Like, you can pretty much use any Pokemon. You don't have to use Tapu Fini and Tapu Bulu. You can actually use pretty much any Pokemon you feel like. But obviously the Tapus are really good targets for the extreme Evoboost Baton Pass. Now, once again, we see Garchomp, we see Kartana, we see Gyarados, we see Tapu Koko, we see Gastrodon, and we see Gengar. Now, Gengar can be a bit of an issue here. My opponent once again can discharge plus Rock Slide with a Garchomp Tapu Koko lead, but that should allow Eevee to survive. He could Earthquake and Discharge as well, and I don't think Eevee would survive that, but it's a risk you have to take, I think. Or do I? Yeah, I'm gonna go with those. We'll see how this goes. We will see how this goes. We lost the first battle yesterday in the Spanish video, because of the fact that my opponent did get a critical hit. So that really sucked. But hopefully that doesn't happen again. My opponent did get another critical hit against us this time around. But we do see Kartana and Tapu Koko. So that's actually not too bad. If my opponent does decide to go for the discharge, then, well, Kartana could be an issue, actually. Because if he starts getting the Beast Boost to boost his special attack, or his attack rather, could protect and minimize. Because he might double target Eevee, but if he doesn't, I would be in a lot of trouble. I'm just gonna go for the Follow Me plus Extreme Evoboost. We're probably gonna see either a Thunderbolt or a Discharge. Oh, actually a Dazzling Gleam. Okay, so it doesn't deal too much damage to Clefairy. Maybe Clefairy. Wow, he goes for Sacred Sword. Okay, so he was targeting the Eevee. Pretty good turn. Pretty good turn one for us. Definitely not gonna complain. I don't want to use Last Resort. I want to use Baton Pass from Eevee, and I'm gonna go with a Protect from Clefairy, because my opponent did see the Follow Me. He might assume, I mean, it's risky. It's definitely risky, but I feel like it's a good idea. I'm predicting we're gonna see a Smart Strike now onto the Clefairy slot. So if we see a Leaf Blade plus a Thunderbolt, then that would be terrible, but at least we have the friend card plus the +2 defense and special defense boost. So let's bring in Tapu Fini here. Now the high risk, I mean the The high critical hit ratio, whoops. The high critical hit ratio from Leaf Blade is pretty scary. Smart Strike onto Clefairy. Okay, so we got that prediction right, which is good. There's our leftovers, and now we definitely go for an Ice Beam towards the Kartana, because if he has a Focus Sash, we break it. If he doesn't, then we KO it, and Tapu Koko's attack shouldn't be able to KO Clefairy. Otherwise, Clefairy will go down, but that means Tapu Bulu can come in for free and Psych up whilst we KO the Kartana, which is honestly the only big threat at the moment for my opponent's team. So yeah, he did survive with a Focus Sash. There's a Thunderbolt. Clefairy survives, which is great, and the Leaf Blade. Okay. So yeah, pretty good turn for us. Pretty good turn. Kartana does get the Beast Boost. Thankfully, speed is not its highest stat. And there's Tapu Bulu now. So I need to get rid of Kartana, whilst at the same time, I mean, I'm relying. I am 100%. Well, let me take a look at what my opponent could switch in. Ice Beam, or yeah, Ice Beam is still my best move here. I'm gonna Ice Beam the Kartana to KO it, because Kartana is the only threat to my Tapu Bulu now, and I'm gonna Psych up my Tapu Fini. Worst case scenario, Kartana protects, which didn't happen, and Tapu Koko gets a critical hit on my Tapu Fini. But he goes for a Dazzling Gleam. Okay, so that's pretty perfect for us. Even a critical hit Dazzling Gleam I don't think would have KO'd Tapu Fini. So we do get to Psych up, and now we have two fully loaded Tapus. Two fully loaded Tapus. This is where you want to be with this team. This is your main goal, and honestly, I see very little hope for my opponent at this point. I see very little hope. His Tapu Koko is damaged. He's gonna be slower with every single Pokemon of his team. Gastrodon is weak to Tapu Bulu. Gengar cannot have a Sash here. So I mean, Gengar could be Scarfed, that's for sure. But I'm just gonna go for my 100% accurate moves. I don't want anything weird happening. Scald onto Gengar, Horn Leech onto Tapu Koko, which will KO. Could have gone for the Rock Slide to even have the flinch chance, and just in case the +2 Scald is not enough. But my opponent has to choose here. Unless he has Sludge Wave on Gengar, he has to choose. And even a super effective Sludge Wave, okay, he only has Sludge Bomb, which is fine. With the +2 special defense, Tapu Bulu actually takes it and survives with 5 HP. So yeah, that's game. That is absolutely game. No matter what my opponent has in the back, Gengar will heal himself some HP, but that's perfectly okay. I'm gonna guess Gastrodon is my opponent's last Pokemon, which probably... Wow, it's actually Gyarados. That's fine by me. That's actually fine by me. Sure, he gets the -1 on my Tapu, but I'm still at +1. And here, he cannot have Gastrodon anymore, and that means Horn Leech and Scald are always the right moves to use here. Even if Gyarados KOs Tapu Bulu, he's not gonna be able to deal with my Tapu Fini. And just like that, the +1 Horn Leech is enough to take down Gyarados. So a pretty clean sweep in this second battle. Pretty clean sweep. And I'm glad I got to showcase like the fully loaded strategy here. Yeah, pretty awesome. pretty awesome. And there we go. 2 wins showcasing the Eevee strategy. It's a very fun strategy to use, and if you guys want to use it, you can try like toying around with the different Pokemon you want to Baton Pass into. I mean, Tapu Koko is another good target. Tapu Lele, of course, is another really good target. You are limited to the fact that you can't use another C move anywhere else, but I mean, you can deal with that, and you get +2 Pokemon, and that's really good. And for example, you could use also Milotic as well, because Milotic does learn Psych Up, I believe, and yeah, anything that learns Psych Up is also a really good Pokemon to pair this strategy with. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Glad to be back in English, and like I said, I can't promise you guys that I will be doing weekly videos in English, but I will try my best, and especially when I'm using like a super recognized team or a super original team such as this one, or not a super original but super fun and with a niche strategy. Okay, so yeah, please leave a thumbs up if you can, subscribe if you're new and you want to keep seeing all the content I'm bringing, and check out my TCG videos. Maybe some of you will be interested in that as well. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye bye.